Are you ready? We are going to learn the 5 tools that I run my business by. These bring me so much joy, so much ease, and I can find everything I need in seconds. So I'm going to share those with you today. But first, let me remind you, are you registered for the 3 simple steps to an organized and profitable coaching business? Brand new. Sign up for this workshop. It is free. The link is in the show notes. It's also at the top of my website in the bar across the top. If that's easier to remember, simplysquaredaway.com. Go to the top and get registered for this. It's coming up February 26th. You need to know what I'm going to teach you in that workshop, especially if you are feeling like you can't get it together, like you're scrambling, I've heard this so many times in the last week. I have so many ideas. I have so many things there. I just don't know where to start. I don't know how to focus in. I'm distracted. I have all this stuff going on and I don't know what to do. So let's go get in that class. Okay, let's get into this episode. Are you ready to work less, feel more organized and productive, streamline repetitive tasks, and implement systems that allow your coaching business to run smoothly even without you? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Organized Coach Podcast, your go-to source for practical tips and solutions. I'm your host, Tracy Hoth, professional organizer, certified life coach, simplifying expert, and most of all, down-to-earth fellow coach just like you. No matter if you think you're missing the organizing gene, have ADHD, or just love anything organizing, I'm here to help you become an organized coach with a business that works for you. Pull up a seat and let's get started. The 5 things you need to run your coaching business. The 5 things I use to run my coaching business. And you might not know, I have been a professional organizer since 2008, and I started that business going into people's homes. So I didn't work on the computer a lot. It was very part-time when I started, and as I got busier, as I began to speak and do presentations and help people in different ways, it got a little more complicated. But it wasn't until 2018 when I got certified through the Life Coach School that I began to transition my business to coaching online. Then everything's online. Everything I downloaded, everything that I was given to learn from, everything from clients, just everything was on my computer. And I had never done that before. And let me tell you, remember, like I say in the intro, I am just like you. Yes, I've been practicing organizing skills. Yes, I know the steps to organizing and I use them over and over and over. And I always come back to them when I'm feeling overwhelmed. And you can learn those in episode 2. But I had to figure this out for myself. And I don't think it was until the last couple of years when I really finally have tools that work for me, that make me feel organized, that allow me to find everything I need in so little clicks. Like I know exactly where it is and it's all set up. So I want to share what I use today. I use 4 Google Sheets. I call them dashboards. So I have 4 dashboards, and then I use Google Suites. So everything I use is in one place in my Google Drive. I have a Google Calendar. I use Google Sheets and Google Docs. I use Google Forms for my clients to fill out, for podcast guests to fill out. Everything is in one place. So 4 dashboards and 1 Google Suite. That is what I use to run my business. The first dashboard I call my business dashboard, and that is a tool that has everything I need in it. And I have categories. So when I organize, I sort into categories. These categories are grouped and contained by a tab in the Google Sheet. For example, some of the categories in that are my KPIs. What numbers am I tracking? I open my Google Sheet, which is saved to my bookmarks bar, so it's one click away. I open that and I can track my numbers. I open that and I can see my expenses. So just today, I got an email that said, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was, well, you know what? I can just check. I can just pull up my Google dashboard and see. It was my YNAB. My bookkeeper, thank you, Mark Butler, he keeps my information in YNAB. So the renewal notice was coming. I quickly opened my business dashboard. I went to my expenses tab and I made sure that it was in there because I keep track of what subscriptions I pay for, and I just have them listed in there. Super easy, very simple, but I made sure that I could see that. I put it by the date. So if it's a yearly subscription, I put it in order of the year, or if it's a monthly thing, I have them just listed in the order of the month that they come out. And so I love that. So I have my KPIs, I have expenses in there, I have my SOP catalog, which is standard operating procedure. So when I make a procedure, I link to it and put the link in the catalog. So when I want to, let's say, produce a podcast episode, I can go to this document, one click, I go to the bottom, 2 clicks, and I click on the podcast SOP, the procedure. So I can pull that document up and I can just go boom, 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 check off what I'm doing in what order. So that is also a category at the bottom. I have affiliate links in a tab at the bottom. So imagine these like baskets on a shelf, and I can just go to my closet, pull the basket out, and find everything I need. That's what this dashboard is doing for me. Everything I need is in there. And you know what I've needed most? I am doing this workshop. So I needed to find the link for the registration page. I needed to know what tag is added when someone opts in to the registration page. I need to have a thank you page and a link to that. So everything is in a tab. This is called my, I call it the 3SS funnel because it's 3 simple steps, and it's my workshop funnel. So all the links, all the tags, all the name of the email sequences, they're all in there. The email copy that's written on a Google Doc would be, the link to it would be in there. So that may sound complicated, but I can get to that link in 2 clicks. I click on my business dashboard, I click on my funnel links, and I can open it, and there it is immediately. It is the most amazing thing ever. I don't know if you guys, like what you do, where do you keep track of all this stuff? I just think about other people and how in the past, myself, I've went all over my computer trying to find links, or I've had to open Kajabi again and go to the marketing, go to the landing, go to the pages. It takes so many links, and then I'm not even sure if it's the right page. So having it in there and having it in a category, a tab on my business dashboard just saves me so much time. Okay, that's the first thing. The next document that I use, the next dashboard, is my idea tracker. Anytime I have an idea, I can put it into my idea tracker. So I can get to it in 1 click, of course, because it's on my bookmarks bar. And then again, there's categories at the bottom that I put like items with like items in. So for example, if there's some education course, I'm very conscious now, as I think maybe this is a reminder for all of us not to buy a new product, buy a new download, buy a new course until we've completed what we're working on currently. So if I see something I'm interested in, I can add it to my education tab. If I hear of a coaching question that I love, I can put it in the coaching questions. I have a tab that's goals. If there's a book, I have a tab that's books. So these again are like baskets on a shelf, but it's all digital. So you have no clutter. You don't have Post-it notes everywhere and scraps of paper hanging on cabinets or on the edge of your computer. You just put it in to your idea tracker. And one of my clients was talking, she now goes on walks and she opens her idea tracker, clicks to the tab that she wants to record her idea in, and records her idea. And what we have found working together is that she can do a voice memo. You can record your voice and it goes into the idea tracker. And then we also figured out you can lock the column so it wraps. And when you add something to it, I even helped her figure out how it can put a timestamp next to it. So in column A will be the timestamp when you add your idea. So you'll always know, and you don't even have to do anything. It's little things like that that save you so much time. You don't even know how much time this saves you. So the other thing I've used this a lot for are landing pages that I love. If I see a landing page that I like, I put that in my landing pages tab. Quotes, any quotes that I have, I put in here. So those are some ideas for what categories fit into my idea tracker. So I have my business dashboard, my idea tracker. The other thing is my client tracker, and that holds all my client information. It holds consults, and it also has the client form fed into it so that there's a tab with my client form. It's amazing. I pull this up. I know exactly what session my client is on, how much they paid, what time zone they're in. If I sent them a card, I have their address here. Everything is in here. And it's just so awesome to be able to see. I keep the client notes inserted behind a cell, which I explain how to do that. So the client tracker and the idea tracker are for sale, and I'll put the link in the show notes, but they are for sale, and it includes training on how to use them and get those set up. Okay, so those are the three. Then the fourth one I use is for my podcast. I have a podcast dashboard, and the first tab is all of my episodes listed out. So they're searchable. I have them categorized by pillar, so I know what pillar I'm talking on. And they're color coded so I can see. Now, this sounds super complicated. I know some of you are like, I could never do that. Yes, you can. This is what we do in Organized Coach Academy. I give all this stuff to you. You have everything you need. I give you tutorials. We share screens. You learn all of it. Or if you want to coach one-on-one, this is the things that we do, and we get set up, and I help you figure out all the problems. But you can see the pillars, so I know if I'm speaking too much on one category over another. And also my VA goes in here, and this is where I put the quote that I want her to use, or we do some wave audio. And if there's something specific I want her to use for that, it goes in here. And then she puts the blog link in here where it's posted. So it's so organized and easy to find what I need. I often go in here and I'm like, oh, what episode was that? It also, along the bottom, another tab is a list of guests that I'm going to have on or have had on. It also, I added podcasts that I would like to be on. It keeps track of if I sent them an email or not, and if they responded, if I sent them a reminder, when I've booked with them. Has an idea tab for ideas for my podcast, and then it also has the guest form fed into this when I have a guest on. So my VA can come in here and she can find the guest photo to make the graphic. And when I put the links into the blog, I have the guest bio, I have all of his or her information in there. So it is just so useful because everything for the podcast is in this one dashboard, and I can get to it in one click. I think that's like really key for me is how fast I can find the information, how easy on my brain it is to get to this information. And then the final, I'm calling it a tool, is just the fact that I use one place for all of my storage. So I don't go try new things. I don't switch around. I have everything located in that one place, and I can get to it so easily. So those are my 5 tools that I use to run my business. What do you use? I'm curious, what is something that you love that you use? I know we've had different guests on here and they've shared, like some of them use Notion, another one used ClickUp to store their content in. What do you use and what do you love? And how does it help you save time and make it easy on your mind, on your brain, on decisions? So you're not having to search, oh, wait, did I put that on my computer? Is it in an email? Is it over here? Is it in Google Drive? Is it in OneNote? Where is it? You have one place as much as possible to store things. So I have one place for all my podcast stuff. I have one place for all my business assets on the dashboard. I have one place for ideas, and I have one place for clients. What is one action step that you can take from this? And maybe you're really great at creating a dashboard. Go ahead and create one. Start with ideas, start with your business assets, or you also can get the idea tracker and just start getting rid of all the little notes you have everywhere, all the random places that you store things and put those into the idea tracker. Or if you have some clients right now and you want to set up a system to keep track of how many sessions you're on, of where to take notes for them, of all of that kind of stuff, then get the client tracker. And those links will be in the show notes. Or as always, you can make those yourself. The business dashboard is only available in Organized Coach Academy. So you can go to simplysquaredaway.com/OCA. And now I've opened up Organized Coach Academy so you can join at any time. And I'm super excited about that. So if you're ready to jump in, if you're ready to go get organized, then join us in Organized Coach Academy. Okay, I can't wait to hear you and what you use. DM me on Instagram at Tracy Hoth. And again, if you found this useful, the best thing you can do is share it with a friend. Just tag me, tag her, post it on social, share it there. And of course, as always, I would love for you to leave a review. If you're interested in working one-on-one or joining the Organized Coach Academy, you can find those links on my homepage at simplysquaredaway.com or in the show notes. And go register for the 3 simple steps to an organized and profitable coaching business. And we'll see you next week. Wait, if you're finding this podcast useful, you must check out the Organized Coach Academy. It's my course where I walk you through every step to get your business organized, to get yourself organized, to save money and time, to prepare to hire someone, to do all the things that you want to do in your business with ease. Check that out at simplysquaredaway.com/OCA. Also, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I would love it. It's my way of knowing that you're enjoying the podcast if you leave a written review. I have lots of freebies for you. They're linked in the show notes. You can find them in my bio on Instagram at Tracy Hoth. And until next week, have a beautiful day.